into a press line. So we're starting about 2 8 counts into the song, and we're going to pose for and 1. Now you can hold it here, or you can circle the hip. So I have a press line, I can circle the hip forward in my pose. So I have and 1, 2, circle 3, 4. Now other foot goes back, and pose 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to point to the side, and 1. And grab my thighs, just lightly, okay? Let's try it again. Back with the right foot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Now as you do that, you're going to keep your shoulders to the front as you twist back. This makes for a nice silhouette as you do it, because then our focus is isolated in the hips and not so much in the front as we do that. So once we hit the side, 1, we're going to slide up, 1, 2, and then we're going to pump our hip to the left. And how I do that is bending my left knee and then just straightening it up into my left armpit. So then it's going to do a little flick pump, and it does help if I kind of press down my shoulder as well. Okay, I'm not saying to like do that, but just want you to squeeze that side to just give it more emphasis. It really helps if you have a skirt on. I just have a sweater, so I don't have much action right now, but I can make the action with my body silhouette. Boom, boom. Now from here, we're going to go into a body roll. So I'm going to snake my head down, up and back, and down my spine. So up to you, how far left do you want to go to the right? You just go right for it. We want to feel into the groove. The emphasis is going to be more on the back body roll part. So let's try that again from the top. We have back with your right foot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, snake 5, 6, 7, 8. We end in this little press line here. Now, you're going to see me do different arms throughout the whole dance, really. You can play around with your arms. It doesn't really matter right now. I want you to just kind of, but use them. Don't just do the legs. Make your arms a part of the dance because they are. Your whole body is portraying whatever story we're doing. Now this is Policeman, so create whatever story you want. Maybe you can take the first 2 8 counts to make a little plot line or story. Maybe your partner's walking you on and you're in handcuffs, and then you break free, and then you get into this Samba positions. You know, up to you what you want to do. Get creative. Dance is all about creativity and play. So do that and play around with your positions, especially with me. I'm going to do very feminine poses, but feminine can be like demure, more kind of touching me. Touching you, sweet Caroline. But what I mean by that is I can go in, or I can be more powerful and kind of reach for you or point. So play around with that, okay? I'm going to switch it up because I can. And whatever I'm in the mood for, I'm going to do it because we're just playing around here. If I was doing a performance, I would pick one and stick with it, because you don't want to get distracted by, oh, that's a new body shape I haven't done yet. So you want to just kind of stick with the ones that would be best for your performance. But for now, feel it out. Okay, so we just did our snake body roll, body roll. So go back. And then we're going to take our right foot, and we're going to volta across. So if you know dance very well, you know how to volta beautifully with your Nanago hip action. But Nanago hip action is where we tuck under. And this is the samba action that basically is samba. There's nothing really, no other dance that really does it quite like samba. So it's the Brazilian dance, it's the party, it's the carnival. That is a driving force of samba action. Now, if you're a novice, it might be nice to just practice this nanago action into as part of your warm-up to get familiar with that. I'm going to keep chugging along because it's not really a technique class today, it's more of a choreography class. But I'll say what I can about it as we do it. So as you go from side, hips are back. As you cross, tuck under, ball of foot. Then we're going to go point, other way, ball, cross, tuck under, ball, point. Now we're just going to go side, point, side, point. Now I'm really countering my body as I do that. I'm going to do two of each. So we have and volta and point, and volta and point, step, point, and now we're going to step, not point, step on the ball. Half turn, close. Stick the landing, not like I just did. Leaning over a little bit. I was doing it slow. Lost my momentum. So when you do this half turn, use your upper body to turn you. Step. Don't step and do it like that. Counter yourself. You have a little wind up. Now to make it snappy, upper body, then lower body. And then you stick it. Okay, so from the volta, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is our turn. And we hold the 8. Show it to you from the top. Like another stop. Okay, I have this thing where if I say something that's a song lyric, I have to like complete the lyric. Okay? So maybe there's other people that you know, maybe you do it too, but I have to do it. So I'm going to do that a lot, just so you know. From the top, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Volta. 1, 2, 3, 4, point 5, point 6, and turn 8. Woo. My heel got caught on the floor a little bit. Woo. Okay. So you stuck the landing, right? 7, 8. Now, we're going to hold that 1, 2. I'm going to hold that 1, 2. Step back so you can see me. Then, we're going to do a quick spin, just like the one we just did. We're going to end in a ronde. So when we do this, we're going to step diagonally this time. Half turn, bring the back leg. So then you can ronde the right leg. So that what that is like a scissor turn, we call it. People have different names for it, but it's basically you keep your legs split like scissors, and then as you turn, your legs just stay in that position. And it's just our trick to getting our legs in the correct angle for whatever we're going to do next. Okay? So that way we're not trying to always step for turns. Okay? So we just did hold 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to step and ronde. 4. So my standing leg is going to be bent. My ronde starts from in front of me. I'm going to hike up my right hip into my side. I'm going to draw a circle around to my back. So I'm kind of in a lunge. Back foot is on ball. So 4. Then I go back, ball, ball, ball flat. So I do a little samba walk here. Okay, so samba walks are like a flick and a lunge, a flick and a lunge. So we have like a soft, mobile landing, so we're not like charging forward. So again, more samba technique. Do your best with your positioning. And we have 4, 5, 6. Then just stand up for a slow walk. 7, 8. So we're just like rolling upwards. Rolling upwards. So we have my favorite move coming up. But before we do that, let's take it from the top. So, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. On it. 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're here. Okay. So we try it again. Let's do it. Let's try it again. Before the last, there's only 2 8 counts left. But the problem is this is a very speedy dance. So when we actually do it to music, it seems like, oh, that was it in the choreography, but it just goes by so fast. It's very fast. A slow dance, this length of choreography would go by much slower. But because it's so fast, we have to like think faster, don't we? So do your best. You can always pause this. One more time before we move on from the top. And we got a 5, a 6, back with right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, hip 3, 4, body roll. 6, 7, 8. Samba, a point, samba, a point. 5, a 6, and turn around. Hold. 1, 2, and turn around it. 5, 6, or 7, 8. One more walk. I almost didn't do it together again. My bad. That's going to happen. You're going to do weird things that you never did before when you're first learning, and that's just your body learning how to not do it. Okay? So let's move on. We just did a 7, 8. So it's a little calm before the storm. And by storm, I really mean storm. So we just did our step. Boom. Now we're going to start to do our shakes. I don't know what these are officially called. If you know what these are called, please let me know. I'm like my mom where we forget what things are called and we just make up our own names. So I'm going to call these Shakies. So we have our ball foot that's going to step, and we're just going to pump our hip, and other side, pump our hip. So what we're doing is we're shaking and pumping one leg, then the other. Boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba. So it might help to kind of imagine a little like up and down, up and down. That might help, but when you start to do it to the actual speed, it kind of loses that structure. But it might help to actually practice it like that, just to make sure you transfer your weight properly. Ba, 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 ba. Don't do this. Okay, so when we do this, we're going to do that for 4 counts. So we just did 7, 8, a 1-y and a 2-y and a 3-y and a 4. So you really want to sell it like you're in the club and everybody made a circle around you. They cleared it and they're like, oh, look at you. You really want to just go wild here. You can't do this elegantly. Again, samba is the party dance, my friend. So you want to really sell it. 4 counts of these. 1-y and a 2-y and a 3-y and a 4-y. Now, we're going to bring our feet together and stomp in the floor. And so we're going to go down into the floor. Balls of your feet. And then we're going to go back with our right foot into a little twist and press line. Again, these are called something, and I forget what they're called, so sorry. Tell me if you know, please. So we have a 5-y, do the fast roll this time, and a 6-y and a 7-y and a 8-y. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing forward, doing a little twist and a little ronde back and forth again. Okay? So let's just try that one. So this is back and a 5E and a 6E, a 7 and an 8. So I find it easier for me to put my arms out for these. This is a very classic samba move. It stabilizes me through all the shaking. And when it comes to these, I like to kind of use my skirt because it's a little bit more grungy, I would say, and it kind of shows off the shake more. Up to you what you want to do. Some people get into their upper body more. You can style how you like. You don't have to do it exactly as me. You are your own dancer, and what makes dancing so great is the uniqueness of each dancer doing the moves. So I encourage you to make it your own. Then, after we do 4 of those, 4 shakes, 4 twists back, we're going to turn a quarter to the right, and we're going to do it again to the new wall. Quarter turn, so use your shoulders to face the new wall. Step back for 4 more of these. Then, another quarter turn. We just have 2 more moves left. Another quarter turn. 1 back. Then we're going to go press line. So we're going to pause. So kind of like when we first started, we have and stop. Then we have turn, half turn, point, arm. Make sure you have this nice diagonal hip up, arm up. Okay, and that's our whole dance. That's our whole segment that we're doing today. You're like, okay, what did we just do? Don't worry, we'll do it again from the top. So, we have, let me take it from, let's take it from, we just did the samba points, and we just held the 8. So we hold 1, 2, diagonal, 3, ronde, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we shake 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back 5, press 6, turn 7, 8. Okay, now up to you. You can do a turn and a half to land later. Especially if you're a guy doing this, maybe it's you and your partner doing the routine, and she poses like this, and then you can do a double turn there and pose more out, more contrasting and framing. Up to you, play around with it. Originally when I choreographed it, I did a turn and a half, and I was like, wow, I know. And with the BAM, but now that I'm in heels, I'm a little bit more cautious. So I'm just going to stick with the half turn for now. Thank you very much. And you can too. So let's try from the top. Here we go. Deep breath. Exhale. 1 more. Deep inhale. Exhale. Start fresh. Okay, from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, turn, 7, 8, hold, 1, 2, turn, 3, ronde, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pose, 6, half turn, 7, 8. And boom, boom, boom. How'd we do? So, one more time? Yeah, I think one more time. Try to think of the part that you had a little comes before it, and how you can make that more cohesive, how one thing flows in with the other. That's where people tend to not get about dancing, is that our bodies are going from shape to shape, and it's not static, it doesn't go from like one thing to the other. It's fluid in between. So we have to think of how we go from one shape, and then how in that transition, what channels and flows in the body for you to get into a new shape. And we oftentimes miss that cohesiveness in the dancing. I see it a lot. Because we often think about like getting to the end pose, but we have to also consider that the in-between parts are actually more important, because they make everything easier, okay? They're maybe the lubricant, so to speak, or the gel or the grease in between to kind of make the other things happen. And even if we're doing something mundane, like transitioning, or we're getting into the pose or getting out of it, we have to make that worth watching. We have to hold our audience's attention as we do it. So keep that in mind as we do choreography. All right, let's do it again. Got a little breather. Here we go. A 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, total 6, 7, 8. Take a bow. That completes the choreography. If you're ready to do it with music, just stay tuned and click the link below, and we do it with music together.